I want to have a philosophical discussion. This video is in response to a Numberphile video entitled Are Numbers Real? That video might shed some light on some of my remarks. There is a controversy in mathematics that asks the question, is mathematics discovered or created? In other words, are numbers and the properties of numbers something that is only in the mind, or is it also external to the mind and part of reality? So I have my own response to this question, and I do not expect it to be new or novel, that I'm the first one to propose this. In fact, I may very well, my solution may very well be sort of a classical solution. Okay, so here it goes. First, numbers and mathematics are part of the human mind, but that does not mean that they are created by the mind. In depends on out, but that's not the same thing as saying like out created in, or the other way around, or anything. That is, mathematical truths are real and they are integrally related to the mind, but they are not fantasy. They are real and therefore discovered. But their reality is based in the reality of the mind. It is intertwined with the reality of the mind. So I suppose that's kind of like saying that the color red is real. It is something that is real, but at the same time is sort of intertwined with our visual perception, with our subjectivity. And also, I do want to add that creativity is a part of the reality of mathematics. But again, mathematics is not made up. Okay, mathematics is associated with the human mental and phenomenological processes of making sense of the world, and one component of that is the search for consistency. Numbers, like all mathematical objects such as sets and functions, are part of the mind's need for consistency and attending to consistency. In this sense, numbers are real because the mind is real. The reality of numbers is bound with the reality of the mind, and this pushes any questions about reality and the nature of numbers to the reality and the nature of the mind. So, how do we know about numbers is like asking how we know about consistency. The issue becomes complicated, however, because there is a component of intentionality. And by intentionality, I mean that aspect of thought that the thought is about something, or you could say it's a component of our attention. That our thought is attending, or that we are attending to something, that aspect of our thought. So there's a component of our attending whereby we make reference to our own moments of attending and then make references to those references. We know about numbers because of our casual interaction with numbers. Our interaction with numbers is an interaction with our making sense of the world, our attending to our attending. It is similar with our use of language to make sense of the world, as abstraction is necessary to language. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. So yes, there are mathematical paradoxes that challenges our mathematical systems. But that is because the systems, the rules, and symbolic representations of our mathematical intuition that grows out of our minds processing and searching for consistency require or demand a larger framework for that searching and processing. Okay. It may be that a mathematical object exists once it's thought about, but it is allowed to exist by the mind's processing and searching for consistency. Okay. Again, what this shows is that any talk about the existence or reality of numbers and their relationship to knowing about them, as well as knowing anything at all, pushes to discussions about the mind and reality itself, or the mind's relationship with reality. This leads to discussions about infinity. Okay. So, infinity is that which is beyond the mind and yet conditions the mind, or beyond the mind's attending and conditions the and constitutes the conditions that bring about that attending. Okay, so you could think of it. You could think of that as the chemical interactions that make up the brain, or the physical conditions that allow us to exist at all, the laws that constitute the integrity of the entire universe. All those things are things that we do not fully understand. And that's precisely the point. The mind exists on conditions, on the conditions of a set of factors that are beyond the mind's attending, or the conditions allow the mind's attending to exist and be as they are. Again, infinity is a word that alludes to that which conditions the things that we perceive, attend to, and contemplate, as well as that which conditions the mediation or relationship between the mind and that which we perceive, attend to, and contemplate. At the same time, using the word infinity is a way to attend to that which is beyond our attending. And it is that which constitutes the conditions that allows the mind to be what it is. Okay. So, infinity, it just references that which is beyond the mind and conditions the mind. Conditions the mind's existence and nature. Okay. Because the mind is real, it is conditioned. And because it is conditioned, then mathematics has form that we are able to discover, despite the fact that its existence is intertwined with the existence of the mind. I hope that was helpful.